Welcome to the Radiant Life podcast. I am your host, Tatiana Kuto, and I am a master mindset coach, and I'm obsessed with empowering you to live and create your best life possible. If you're looking to uplevel your mindset, life, happiness, and success, then you are in the right place. My goal with this podcast is to help you see the potential within yourself, to be able to break the limiting beliefs and habits that are holding you back, and to help you feel inspired to get clear with who you are in order to create the life you desire. Thank you so much for listening. Now let's get into today's episode. Hello, and welcome to the Radiant Life podcast. I am so excited you press play and are here listening to today's episode. I just got off of an epic, amazing interview with Megan Murphy, and she is the founder and CEO of Lumi Skincare Products. And these are the skincare products that I've been using for months now. My friend Lauren Onesi got me hooked on them like about a year ago. And if you guys know me, you know like I was struggling. I didn't really have a skincare routine, skincare products. It overwhelmed me. I couldn't stick to it. And when I got these products, I don't know, they just made my skin feel amazing. I saw results, and there's just 4 products. It was super simple, and I'm obsessed. So I reached out to her, and here she is, and she is going to share the journey of how she started this company and brand. This company, the skincare line, is all natural. It is vegan. It is cruelty-free. No fragrance. It is so clean and healthy for your skin. And a big part of this episode is we talk about the ingredients and the products that we're putting on our bodies. You know, we speak so much of what we're putting into our bodies, but we forget to acknowledge what we consume, you know, deodorant, our skincare products. And we really go a little bit deep into the importance of this, what to watch out for, how to know what skincare brands and lines are clean and good. I share an app that has really helped me. And we talk about the importance of CBD. There are a few products in this line that have CBD, which is amazing. And she also shares her journey of starting this company in 2020 during a pandemic. What sparked the idea, her purpose, her mission, her why behind it, and how, you know, she balanced becoming an entrepreneur while still working a full-time job to bring this skincare line to life to all of you. So I'm just so excited for you guys to hear it. It was such an amazing episode. Definitely make sure to share with us what you thought after it, because we definitely cover a lot. But without further ado, I'm gonna be done talking now, and let's just get into today's episode. All right, hello, and welcome back to the Radiant Life podcast. I have Megan Murphy here sitting across the Zoom room with me, and she is here to share who she is, her company, her story, and I'm so excited for you guys to listen. She is the founder and CEO of Lumi, which is an all-natural, vegan, cruelty-free skincare line that I'm obsessed with. I've been using all of the products since Black Friday, but one of the products, which we'll go a little bit more in detail about, for I think maybe almost a year now. And if you guys know me, you know that I can't stick to a skincare routine until now, and I'm obsessed with these products. So I'm so excited to have you here. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you for having me. That was a great intro.
It's so true though. Like I will share, I posted a skincare routine once on my YouTube channel, like maybe a year or two ago. My friend's like, what skincare routine, Tati? Like you do not stick to one. And she like called me out. But now I can say like I use the products in the morning. I use them at night. They're simple, they're easy, and I love them. But yeah, so I want you to talk a little bit more into that. But before we get into it, tell our listeners a little bit of like who you are, where you came from, what you do, how you got here, just so they can have a little bit more background on, you know, Megan.
Yes. So my name is Megan Murphy. I'm 30 years old from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I have a background in medical device sales and imaging, and I have been in that field for about 6 or 7 years. The idea to work for myself and be an entrepreneur was always something that I was intrigued by. And when I was traveling for my medical device sales job, I was on a plane probably 6 nights a week. I was doing even Sunday travel.
Oh
And
God.
and getting off a plane and then driving somewhere, like always chasing a flight, which was crazy, but rewarding at the same time. But during that time, I have chronic hives, so my skin, I was super stressed out. So my skin was always in like a constant rash, not even just on my face, like up my back and my arms, and just always really irritated skin. And I was staying in a lot of hotels and I was noticing like different boutique brands and like starting to figure out that like changing up what I was using, like using a different brand every day and was really affecting my skin negatively. And also like starting to pay attention to what I was putting on
Mm.
my skin and just like different toxic products. So during that time, I started to kind of research what I wanted to use on my body and see if they had these products out there, but also make them like travel size. So nothing too fancy, something you could just bring on the go for someone on the move like myself. So yeah, the idea kind of came to life. And then during COVID, I had a lot of time to finally put all my thoughts in motion and launch the company.
Heck yeah, I love it. Like taking advantage of what some may say like a shitty year, shitty thing, but like I was like, you guys are so much opportunity here, so good for you. And I love, like you said, the size of the products, because like sometimes if it's too big, then I just don't, it just takes up too much room. Or like you said, like I like to travel a ton. And the oils are my favorite. And I don't know, I'm obsessed with how they look. They're the cutest things ever.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like for someone who, whether they have a demanding job or they just like to travel for fun and they're on the go, I wanted everything to be able to like throw in your bag. If it gets a little sandy or gets, a
Yeah.
little messy, it's okay. Like I just wanted the products to be something you could pick up and go with.
Yeah. Well, they definitely are perfect for that.
Yeah.
Um, I was gonna think of something. Oh, I was gonna say for those listening, I don't think many people realize like what traveling and flying at high altitudes does to our body and does to our skin. I mean, high altitudes flying on planes, like you get so dehydrated. And I'm always telling my clients and my friends, like, make sure you're drinking tons of water because you'll feel dehydrated. And if you don't notice, like you get off the plane and like your skin just is like, it's disgusting to me. I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to wash my face. I need to shower. Like, no, you're good. Um, I was like, I need to do that. So I can't imagine flying 6 nights a week, what that would have felt like.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. And not only that, but you're puffy too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, a lot of the products, actually, our bestseller, the eye cream, is like a depuffing eye cream with CBD. So, that really helps for like the puffiness when you're on the go and you're tired and you might not have the best sleep. And then another nice thing about all the products is all of the ingredients are natural brighteners. So, you have those bags under your eyes or those dark spots on your face. It really helps um, with that. So,
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I actually recorded my YouTube video of me showing my skincare routine. And I'm like,
yep.
my face just feels so good. I'm like, you guys, I don't even have makeup on. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't, I have a really good skin complexion. So the first product that I used was the Rose Glow.
Yes.
Yeah. And I became hooked. This is probably like my, I don't know, second one, third one.
Yep.
Um, was that the first product, or what product did you first launch with, or did you launch all four at the same time?
Yeah, so I launched because I think it's important to have multiple products working together, but you have to be consistent. So
Yeah.
like you said, like if you're bad with a skincare routine, you change it up all the time, sometimes you might not see results, but if you're using the same products over and over and over, you start to realize that it does have an effect on your skin.
Mhm.
So that we launched the bundle trio, which is the Say Hello, the aloe based face cream, the U Up eye cream, which is a CBD based eye cream for depuffing, and then the Rose Glow. So those three we launched together. And then after that came the retinol, which, some people incorporate a retinol and some aren't comfortable using one yet, but that was the last product we launched.
Oh, yeah, I love it. So you mentioned that the under eye cream has CBD. So
Yes.
can you share a little bit more of the reasoning, like for CBD? I love CBD products, but I know some people listening may not understand the benefits or why some products have CBD in them.
Yeah, so the CBD is like a great anti-inflammatory. So I actually got into CBD, topical CBD, when my mom was using it because she had arthritis. So she was
Mm.
using this CBD ointment on her knee, and it was really like taking the pain away. So I started to get like interested in the different benefits of it for that reason. And I started reading about it for your skin and this and that. And I'm like, wow, you know, if it's a natural anti-inflammatory, that would be great for the area that I get the puffiest in my
Yeah.
face, which is my eyes. So yeah, so we kind of did it that way. And then I started using it and I absolutely loved it. And it is our best seller now. So it really worked out.
Yeah, I love it too. And I think it's important just to share because I don't know. I almost just said the older generation, but I think any generation might not know. They're like CBD, like, isn't that marijuana? And they like get all freaked out. And I'm like,
Yep.
you're not gonna get high from it. Like, relax. Like,
Yeah.
no, it's not. Like, that's THC. And I just really want to share that here because, like, if you're not educated on it, like you may just make that assumption, which is fine. But no,
Totally.
it's not. The THC is what gets you guys high.
Exactly. And it's all topical. You're not ingesting
Yeah.
anything. Nothing's getting to your bloodstream and it's not going to get you high. That's exactly right. And I think people are confused about THC and CBD, and they don't really realize the natural benefits that it does have. And I think people, that's why I'm trying to like create awareness around it because I think people are scared of it.
Oh, 100%. Maybe not this community. They like are like, no, girl, like I I
Yeah.
know the difference, but yeah, maybe others listening don't, and it is really different. And even if it were to be consumed, like you're saying, like this is just on skincare products.
Right.
But I mean, I consume CBD like
Me too.
under, I put it under my tongue and it just helps calm down. It's so much better than me taking anti-anxiety medicine. Like
Oh, of course.
it's the calming aspect, not like the high feeling. And my mom's gonna probably listen to this and laugh, but like she didn't understand the difference at first until she finally like experienced it herself. And she's like, oh my God, I was so scared. I
Yeah.
was gonna
Yeah.
get so high from CBD. And like, no, it's just super relaxing. So just the area I really wanted to cover because like you said, like I want to educate others that like what CBD actually is.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny you said that. Like my mom is on the CBD train now too. My
Yeah.
sister and I, we both did take the edibles. Like you said, just to calm down. I mean, I struggle sleeping a little bit. I think I'm
Mm,
just like an anxious person. So I always have, something like what's next on my mind. So my mind like races a whole lot. And like you said, it does have a nice calming effect on you in general. And I give it to my dog. Like
yeah.
when
Oh my
she
God.
comes
They're
on
yeah.
flights with me, I'm like, "Here you go. Here's your little CBD," and she's fine. She just takes, it just helps her relax a little bit.
Yeah. No, there's CBD products for dogs. And I feel like a bigger thing now, but we all know that it'll take a little bit for people to actually really understand it. But I
Yeah.
first heard about it with the ointment. So like our skin is our biggest organ. Um, and so I would love to go into the ingredients, the quality of Lumi, because it's something that I'm now super passionate about because I was so uneducated before was what we put on our skin. So you guys know that like I came from like the health industry background. I worked in the food industry that opened my eyes to how corrupt food is, marketing, what they're putting in our foods, labeling them as healthy and kid friendly when they're just infiltrating it with like fructose and sugar and all those bullshit things, honestly, that is killing our gut. And then I never even thought about what products am I using for deodorant or for my skincare until I moved down to Florida and my friends brought this awareness to me. So what I know you said you were doing research when you were traveling and everything. How did you learn more about like what products were um toxic, what ingredients were bad? Like does
Yeah.
any yeah, if you want to share about like your journey on learning about that.
Yeah, so it's interesting. So I was on this crazy journey. It started in college and it was, is it what I'm putting in my body or is it what I'm
Mm,
putting on my body that's giving me reactions? And it's funny because my dad would always say, "Oh, it's probably wine. Like you're probably allergic to like sulfites or whatever." And I was like, maybe that's right. And I was trying to change my diet and I did a little bit. But for me, it was what was going on my skin. And I think parabens
yeah.
really are not good for you. It's interesting because I used to work with a lady whose niece had cancer. And I guess she was like around 7 or 8 years old and she had gotten lice. And she was using, I forget what the product was. And also, I don't want to bash other brands, but she was using this spray to help kill the lice. And she was telling me that all of the products were so toxic now because we know more about toxic
Yeah.
products now, whereas they didn't then.
Back
And
then.
they believe that that's what could have given her the lice, which is so crazy. And I just saw a recall for again, I don't really want to name the brands, but there's a lot of brands that you see at like CVS and Walgreens, and there
Um,
is a huge recall out for cancer causing
I mean,
products.
I'll say Brand Johnson
Yeah.
and Johnson is huge. Like I'm
Yeah.
big on like politely calling industries out because we need to know what we're not only consuming in our bodies, but also in our skin. And I remember they recalled their, I had it. It was like their baby powder because I used to use
Mhm.
that like when I didn't want to wash my hair before dry shampoo was a big thing. That's what I would use. And they recalled it. And that's what first was, I was like, oh shit. Okay. What's going on? Like, okay, what are we putting on our bodies? So it's scary. It really is. It's like we live in a very, I was talking to my sister, like our environment's very toxic, the pollution, the ingredients we are. And also
Mhm.
these companies are selling us things that we're putting on our bodies, in our bodies that are not healthy. So so parabens are big. Was there any other things that like stood out to you when you started doing your own research for your
Yeah.
own skin when you were having breakouts?
Yeah, like aluminum, which is
Mm.
crazy, is
Oh
in a
my
lot of
God.
products. Yeah, and you know, I've always known that they said like antiperspirant for deodorant. Don't use antiperspirant. It can give you cancer. But I don't think anybody really ever looked into like what other products besides deodorant
Oh my
were
God.
cancer causing
Yeah.
products. So yeah, so all of our products are sulfate free, paraben free, um, you know, gluten free. You know, a lot of people have gluten allergies, even topically, that you don't think about. So
Yeah.
for me, it was just trying to find a way to have the cleanest products available, but still effective,
Yeah. No, I
you
love it.
know?
And thank you for doing that. Are yours fragrance free? I believe they are, right?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
fragrance free.
So
Yep.
I would love to just touch on that really quick, just for you guys listening, because this is something that I'm now I learned, but I wasn't listening. Because like what's so bad about fragrance, right? Like it's just one thing until my friends were like, well, look at the documentary Stink. If you guys want to go watch it, go watch it.
Yep.
Fragrance is like, I forget, I'm trying to compare it to the food industry. Natural flavors or
Like food
whatever. But
coloring and stuff
yeah, and
like
it's
that.
like
Yep.
it's one word that literally just covers God knows how many hundreds of things that they could actually cover under fragrance. And until my friends like were really like talking, like, please like look into this. And then I did, and I was like, oh wow, okay. It's not just like a 1 or 5 ingredients that can be under fragrance. It's a huge longer list that you got to be a little bit more careful with. And I wasn't really sure. Um, so again, I want to use this episode as well to kind of educate everyone, like go check out your skincare line and
Yeah.
all of it. And I used to kind of judge a little, not and been like, well, what can I use? There are so many clean products. Like, I mean, you just created this, like you're passionate about bringing clean products out into the industry. So you can find it, and it's worth throwing out what you have for your future self. So you don't end up with anything that like you have no idea what that is causing. Same with sunscreen.
Right. And it's like anything else. Like if if you say you try Lumi and you're not happy with it, you don't like it, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. It may not be for you, but there are other clean products out there.
Yeah.
So I think you just have to, it's like a trial and error with your own body of what works for you, you know?
Yeah, it's like your diet. And I truly believe our generation has been taking a stand on cleaner ingredients in our food and our products. I mean, I know one of these supplement lines that it's a big line is now taking away, I think, artificial sweeteners or natural, I forget which one. And I'm like, oh, but they don't make a statement about it. They want to
Right.
sell what they
What they
have.
have.
They're
Yeah,
following the money versus
totally.
like, but they're listening to consumers who are like, I'm done buying. I stopped buying stuff. I was like,
No,
I
of
want to make
course.
sure. Same with deodorant and stuff. So I really want you guys to like just take a little audit and just start with one thing at a time. Um, in your skin, I mean, our skin's our biggest organ. I would definitely make sure you're taking some measures on like what you're applying on your skin.
Yeah, and, I'll say people are so, um, excited about and talking about sunscreen and SPF and things like that. So, and that's all great, but there's other things that can cause harm to your skin. So
Yeah.
it's more than just making sure you're wearing SPF
Sunblock.
every day and things like that. But I will say, just being on the other side of things, like being a brand and trying to get into the retail space and whatnot, it is very eye-opening and it's exciting because most of these retailers now are not taking brands that don't have, like, the first thing you'll see when you're submitting to not all, but a lot of retailers now is like a clean beauty list
Yeah.
or
Wow.
forbidden product or I'm sorry, forbidden ingredient list or dirty ingredient list. And right
Good.
off the back, you have to look through all your product. You can't even like submit if you have those ingredients. So I think that's really something to say.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cute. We're starting like I don't want to even say it's a trend because the fact that we have to do this much research to make sure we're consuming healthy products for our body is, insane. But it's
Yep.
like good. We're voting with our dollars, and
Yeah,
the
for sure.
retailers are paying attention, and it's
Yeah.
true. And for those of you guys listening, if you're like, okay, how do I know if a product is clean or not? What really helped me, I downloaded it a few years ago, is the app Think Dirty.
Yes.
Um, you just download it and then you can like scan the barcode like with your picture, and then it'll give you numbers on a scale of like, I think it's like 0 to 10 or something like that, of like um how dirty it is, and then it will tell you what is dirty. So some of them will be like in the yellow zone, I believe, because they'll have fragrance or they'll have one ingredient, but then if it's red, like don't I would advise you probably not to use that because that is the highest that they're telling you not to. They're like, don't do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, like with everything else, like pollution and sun damage and this and that, I think if this is one thing you can choose to avoid, why not? Right?
Yeah, and just for the mamas listening here, because I have friends with moms, same thing with your diaper creams, your I don't even know what else babies use, but I
Yeah.
remember I saw a woman. It was like it was an organic line, but for some reason there was an ingredient in it for her child, and she's like, "Why is this in here?" So
Mm-hmm.
again, just like I'm really just trying to share emphasis here, like start reading the ingredients, and if you don't know, just look it up. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Um,
It's funny you brought that up because that is like my dream is to eventually come out with like a kids line, like
yeah.
something super safe.
Oh,
Um, yeah, I just think that
that'd
would
be
be really,
so
really
good.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about SPF, I was like little brat with my mom because I hate putting on sunblock, but I always get sunburns. Not
Yep.
always. I used to, but and I'd be like, well, what's worse, getting skin cancer from the sun or getting some other cancer from the chemicals that are on these sunblocks?
Yeah.
And then before I found like healthier, brands, and my mom's like, everybody would be like, I don't know, they would try to argue with me, but I'm like, it's true though. Like, let's think about it. Like, cancer numbers are rising from what? Like, let's look deeper into it. And is it really skin cancer, or is it what we're putting on our bodies that we're
Yeah.
uneducated on?
Yeah, for sure. And something I've, a few years ago started doing is like I go see the dermatologist probably once a year now. I think that's important for people too, because you may have had something in the past that you didn't like don't realize is, a mole or something like, some type of sun damage or something on your body that you don't even think about that is not good.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially since I live in Florida now. And since you'll be coming down
I know.
here,
I can't
I'm
wait.
like, I try to go to actually, I don't think I went this year. I just realized I have to make an appointment, a dermatology appointment at least once a year. And just like really making sure because like you said, like a random mole might pop up and you really have no idea.
Yeah, yeah. Especially like again, it's like any like, like we were saying, like this stuff years ago, I don't think was as big a deal. So you may
No.
have something from being a kid that you don't even realize on your back or
Yeah.
whatever. Just get it checked out.
Yeah. So again, guys, we're just putting the message like, let's really take care of ourselves, and like, don't beat yourself up for not knowing this in the past. You didn't know what you didn't know. Unfortunately, our parents and our grandparents' generations didn't know either. It is what it is. Like, humans are doing the best they can with the resources they have, and then some. And, now you're listening to this. So now just
Yes.
take this as the opportunity to make this your turning point, and this like your year to really educate yourself. So I've been on the journey. I started with like my gut, like
Mm-hmm.
making sure I was eating more organic foods, more grass-fed, foods, more like pasture-raised eggs. And at first I was like, this is a bunch of like BS, because I was
Yeah.
focused on like the cheaper, well, like I need to buy less expensive foods. But you guys, honestly, like, your body and your future old selves will thank you if you actually start taking care of your body now. And then my goal this year is to really make sure I'm fully like toxic free of all ingredients, like skincare, deodorant, dish soap, like house cleaning stuff, like all of that. And some people may think that's a little much and bougie, but at the end of the day, I care about my body. I care about the environment. And so, like
Yep.
I said, like, just start with one thing at a time.
Yeah. And I think too, like we're adults now, right? So if it's important to you, make it a priority, like anything else,
Yes.
you know?
Yes. Uh-huh.
So
Yeah. And I know some people are listening, like, well, I don't want to throw out what I already have. And I'm like, just do it. I used to have Mary Kay products
yeah.
and like, no shade, but I learned that they tested on animals. And I was like, hell no, am I not aligned with that? Like,
Yeah. No,
again, pay with, and I just threw them out. So I was like, you know
no.
what? Vote with my dollar. So
Right.
just things to keep in mind. So okay, so sorry, we like went on a tangent. I
No,
just
it's okay. No,
like
it's
these
good.
things go. I just typically like see where it goes. So you started probably seeing a lot of like the industry of like how dirty it was, like how
Oh
your
yeah.
face wasn't. So what helped you? What did you notice like really started helping you? You said you were getting rashes, right?
Yep. Yep. So I think so my moisturizers are oil free. I think that helps
Oh.
because even though I do use the face oils, I'll probably use
Mhm.
them once a day. Whereas a moisturizer, if I'm on vacation or if it's in my bag and I'm at the beach or something like that, I'll generally use it more than one time.
Yeah.
So I think that's been helpful. And like you said, the fragrance thing, that's been huge for me. Like,
Wow, really?
yeah, with just irritation, you know? So like
Yeah.
putting something on my body and then so it's actually called like writing on the skin disorder. It's super weird, but it's wherever I put something or I scratch or I itch, I get inflamed in that area and in that like shape, which is super
Yeah.
weird. I have pictures. I'm gonna post them on the Instagram one day just so people like can see what I'm talking about. Because I will say I never struggled with acne or anything like that, which I've been very fortunate.
Yeah, me too. I am lucky with that as well. And then
Yeah.
that I think acne comes a lot from your gut.
Totally. I totally agree. And I'm not making any health claims here at all, but I have been told by people who've purchased from me that the CBD has helped with their acne scars
Yeah, that's amazing.
just
I
because
I
it's
don't
like healing, you
yeah,
know?
I don't doubt it at all. Like
I don't either,
I'm
honestly,
a
but
firm believer on like holistic things on natural versus chemical pharmaceuticals. Like I was in the like I took so many pharmaceutical things and I'm like,
mhm,
wait, like my view is like God created nature and plants and all this for us like already. Like why are we not taking advantage of it? And
right.
it all like we're all interconnected. So I wouldn't be surprised. Like I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't wish, but you know, if it was like a situation where I had it and I could try it out and speak to it, I can't.
Oh
But
yeah.
I have good reviews on that part. So I
Well,
don't
that's
know. Works
awesome.
for you,
Well,
try it.
you guys listening, if you guys have acne scars, go go buy some Lumi skincare products
Yeah, right?
and
Give it
test
a
it out and
shot.
tell us. Cause yeah, I don't have acne scars either to be able to test it on like luckily. But yeah,
Mhm.
I know some people do.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
oh, that's awesome. So fragrance. Yeah. So what's your skin type? So like I have insanely dry skin. Like I have
Mhm.
pretty dry skin. Growing up, I really suffered from a lot of dry skin. I had eczema that is healed up, and like I used to just have like these dry patches. So your oils like are my saving grace. I'm obsessed with them. I use one every morning, and then the retinol. I don't use it every night, but I do use it like a couple nights a week.
Yeah.
Do you have oily skin or do you naturally have dry skin? Like where are you
I
at?
have dry skin.
Okay, so you're like
I
me.
have dry skin. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I feel like my skin's in a good place now because I've been using it's like, I've been being consistent with the products. But I would say naturally I have dry skin. But again, I'm up here in Philly. It's freezing
Oh
right now.
yeah.
Even after I moisturize, sometimes I'm like, I go outside and I get like wind right to the face. So, with all things considered, I would say I'm more on the dry side.
Yeah, I definitely I don't really experience dry skin now because like you said, I keep up with moisturizing my body. Like I moisturize so much. I
Hmm.
also live in Florida and then I use your oils. I've noticed a big difference. Um, it's my dry scalp. Like I just have that. It just
Yeah.
is. It sucks.
Right.
So
That's the one thing that I don't have that's dry is my scalp. I don't know
oh,
how
so
that's
jealous.
possible. Yeah, I don't know how everything else is. I don't know how that's possible, but whatever.
Well, I'm
Super
so
weird.
jealous. Yeah. So is there any, so how, what's your go-to skincare routine? Do you have any like special tips and tricks? Like I'll share mine after you share yours on like what I've been doing, like how I use your products.
Yeah.
But is there anything, a special way that you use them?
Yeah, so what I'll normally do is put on the Rose Glow like when I first wake up, because I feel like it takes a few minutes to set, it's an oil. So like I'll do
Yeah.
that, and then I'll make my coffee. I always take my dog out first thing. And then I come back, I use the eye cream every day. I mean, I use that product so much. And one of the things that one of my friends turned me on to was keeping it in the fridge because it has like a cooling factor. So it's like super,
Oh
it
my
feels super good.
God.
Yeah. So
I'm
that's like
doing
that.
that.
Yeah, that's a good tip right there. But I would say, yeah, like if you're going to use an oil, use it, give yourself some time in the morning to let everything set so that you can put on your makeup and you don't feel oily.
Yeah.
And then definitely the eye cream in the fridge. And I use the retinol up, I would say 3 times a week. I'm
Okay.
used to it. I've used a retinol for a long time. Some people think like a retinol can be a little harsh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can
Um,
we go over like what, so that like we have the 4 products. So
right.
essentially like what each is for those listening to see like if they're interested, what would maybe they, if they want to start with one product, what they would sound interesting for them.
Yeah, so the Say Aloe is an aloe-based face cream. So that's kind of just your go-to moisturizer. You can use it as many times a day as you want. Like we said, fragrance-free, oil-free, pretty basic, clean product.
Yeah. And it
Um,
feels, I don't know why this, and there's only one other cream, face cream that I've ever loved that like just the way it feels my skin. I don't know what it is, what you guys
mhm.
have in it, but I only had found one other company that had it. I don't even know if their products are clean, so I don't know if I should share that, but
Yeah.
it was in the past. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a compliment on that because I really
Yeah,
like
thank
I
you.
really like it.
Yeah, and you know what? The thing that's nice too is I feel with all the products that a little goes a long way. Like you need
Yeah,
like a little pump, and I feel like you have full face coverage
agreed.
with that cream. So I like that product a lot. And then the eye cream is for dark spots and puffy eyes. So just tired, run down, or just your everyday eye cream. But for me, I feel like I'm always tired and run down. So that's like literally, I swear to you. So that's probably like that's my favorite product, I think, and that was the first product that I wanted to be in Lumi's line was like an eye
Was an
cream.
eye cream.
Yes, yes, because I'm the type of person that I'm always like concealer, conceal. I don't like wearing a lot of makeup.
Yes, I'm
I
with
don't.
you though.
Yeah,
I don't wear much makeup, but
I don't wear
I do.
foundation. Yep, but
I'm
under
like
eyes,
under eyes and mascara is literally all I use.
I just don't want to look dead. That's all.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to look dead. I want to look like I showed up for work today. That's all I care to do.
Yeah.
And then the Rose Glow is just like a all around like fabulous hydration moisturizing oil.
Yeah.
So I just think that really that product probably locks in moisture the most.
Yeah. It is my favorite.
Yes. Yes.
And I feel like it does it have a tint? Because I think it gives me a tint. Like,
It does. It does
okay.
have a little
Yeah.
tint. Yeah, it's so funny. And I'm like, it kind of gives you that like it's the Rose Glow illuminating oil. It does kind of give you that glow. Like it's like a glowy tint to your
Yeah.
skin, which is so funny. But
No, I love it. I tell everybody about it. I'm like, you guys, that was the first product I used
okay,
from Lumi.
got it.
And I was like hooked. I was like,
Yes.
whoa. Because I will tell you guys right now, like I've used oils before. I don't want to like call other brands because they're clean brands, but like, and they're great brands. And if it works for you, it works for you. But their oils would like, they would feel like they would dry up on me. Does that make
Okay.
sense? And like
Yep.
feel like I could peel it off essentially, like the
Yeah,
layer would peel
like a
off.
layer. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. And I was like, no, because I use the brands for other things. That's why I don't want to like, because if it works for you, it works for you.
Right.
But yours doesn't. Like it just feels so moisturizing. And
Yeah, it
so I
really
don't know.
soaks in. It really soaks into the skin. You just have to give it, I would say, I don't even think it takes that long. And I don't know if it's just because my skin gets dry like that. But yeah, like it definitely locks in moisture
Yeah.
for sure, which I
100%. You know
love.
what I use with it? So this is how my skin and hair routine is. In the morning, I'll do that, and I'll use a gua sha.
Uh-huh.
I hope I'm saying that right. I don't
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
have you ever done that?
everybody says it like guasha or gusha. Like there's so many different names. I'm like, whatever comes off the tongue.
Yeah. Have you used one before?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
They're
Yes.
amazing. You guys, if you don't know what this is, oh, hold on. I forgot to do not disturb my notifications. I might butcher what it is. So go look it up, like GUASHA with the space. It's like an ancient Chinese like tool. Like I have like a crystal. You've probably seen them. They've been like trendy. That's how I got on it. But like you kind of like scrape or like massage your face. I'm like doing it as if they can see me right now, but your face
Yeah.
muscles. And
No,
you
I
always
know
move
that. It feels so
away.
good.
Yeah, you move away from your face and always make sure you do your neck. And essentially, like it drains your lymphatic system. So like when I do the rose glow, I do it and I do like 10 sets on like certain areas. And I show it in my YouTube video. If you guys want to go see it, it'll be up like next week. Half my face, like you can notice the inflammation, the puffiness right when you wake up, like go down. And for some reason, every time I do it on my right side, I sneeze. So I'm like, okay, I'm
Oh, that's
clearly
funny.
like draining something
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, it's like your sinuses or whatever. That is
Yeah,
so funny.
so that's how I use the rose glow. I'll put it on and I'll do that. And it's like,
Yeah, that
I'm
or a jade
so,
roller.
yeah, like I have my sister do it. Like when I have like, even my guy friends, I'm like, come here, let's do like a spa day, like a face day. Like we use your products and I do that. And they're like, oh my God, this is like so relaxing. I'm like, see, men can
Yeah.
do this too, but they're just not, they don't know because that's weird, right? Like the stereotype that like men don't have skincare routines or take
Yep.
care of their face. But when I do
It's
it to my guy
funny.
friends,
Yeah,
they
no,
get hooked.
it's totally funny because even like some emails that I get, sometimes people respond feedback through emails, which I love. And then reviews or people will DM me or whatever. But I get a lot like my boyfriend loves the product or my husband's been using the eye cream. And, I have this one woman who just buys the eye cream in bulk all the time. And it's like for her and her husband. And I'm like, that is awesome.
Yes, I love that because that just shows that like people really are loving the product. And like when you can support like a small business, when you can support a business with good ethical values and a good mission behind it, that
Mhm.
makes me happy. I'm all about supporting businesses like that.
No, for
Um,
sure.
and then the retinol. Sorry, can you explain a little?
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit like what retinol is, so why some people may react differently? Do you
Yeah,
know?
so
Like,
it helps like promote cell turnover. So, and it's like fast acting, right? So it's really good for anti-aging. So most of the times like you can go to the dermatologist and you can get prescribed retinol, so it's the thing that I like about our retinol is you're taking the retinol component, but the rest of the ingredients in the product are natural. So it takes
mm,
a little bit less of that harshness and that fear out of the product. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah, so you can like kind of have it's just like a more natural reaction because of it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And it's not going to, sometimes retinols can make your face a little bit red because it's turning over the cells.
Mm,
But the one thing I will say is you never want to use it during the day and then go out in the sun. It's strictly a nighttime product. So
okay,
it
cool.
works overnight. So it's always like activating as you're putting it on. So you put it on, sleep with it on for a few hours, and then that's great. And like I said, I would start off probably 2 or 3 times a week. I wouldn't use it every single night and then just kind of see how your face takes to it. But it's a perfect anti-aging product for fine lines and just keeping your skin youthful.
Oh, cool. I love that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't do it every night, but it's so good. And then my night one, when I do use the retinol, I
Uh-huh.
use the like an ice roller. So I use the gua sha in the morning and then the ice roller at night. And like
I know.
that is like when my guy friends are here, they're like, wait, can I have one? I'm like, yeah, go buy one on Amazon. It's $8. Like just put it in the
Hey,
freezer and roll out your face. Like,
my dream, if I ever have tons of money, is going to be to have like a spa in my house. Like I can't
yes.
imagine getting like a facial twice a week, sitting in a sauna, like all of that stuff is just so good for me.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm like, can I just like have facials every day? Like it feels
Right?
so good.
Oh my gosh.
No, I love those. So, no, I had a thought. So, well, I'll ask now, I guess. So,
Yeah.
what's new for Lumi? Is there anything new coming out that you guys
Yeah.
have planned?
Yeah, for sure. So, the next product that's coming out is going to be launching this spring, and I'll just tell you what it is. It's going to be a vitamin C serum.
Ooh,
Yes. So that's exciting. It's going to be fragrance free. And I'm thinking, I mean, I'm trying, we're trying to get the ball rolling now, but hopefully early May timeline
cool.
wise. Yeah.
Yay,
Yeah.
that's so exciting.
Yeah, still working out the details, but the formulation's good and everything like that. It's more so I'm like particular about like the way the product's gonna look and making sure it like vibes, and also like the name of the product, because I want the brand to be fun. I don't,
Yeah.
it's
It
clean and I want it to be lively and light. Like I don't want it to look
yeah.
like a derm brand.
No, I love the colors. And just speaking of that, what is Lumi for you? How did you come up with that name?
Yeah, so Lumi, so I was thinking, because like I said, the eye cream was the first thing that came to mind when I was creating this brand. So I wanted something bright. Like I just picture like sunshine and like bright
Mm,
and happy skin and happiness and all of those things. So um Lumi came from the word illuminate. And then I was like, oh, how can I make illuminate sound fun? And then I wanted to have the fun twist on the brand. So I felt like Lumi was like a cute word for illuminate, and just kind of went with it that way.
yeah, no, it definitely does. Like because I didn't even ask that, but like when I think of Lumi, and maybe it's your colors and how you have like the name Lumi, like
Yep.
I do feel that. And I feel like
Yeah.
it's bright and it is fun. And it's like, I don't know, it naturally hits my subconscious in a way that you nailed it. So
Yeah,
I
just
love it.
colorful and just vibrant. I
Yeah.
guess that's more so what it is.
I love it. How on brand, you guys? I'm always telling everyone to like radiate, go have a radiant day and don't dim your
Yep.
light and radiant. So this, I love that. I just made that
Yeah. Yeah,
connection.
no,
So
that's awesome.
yay. So
Thank
vitamin C serum. That's so excited. So how is like the transition for those, who are listening, who are, maybe have something on their heart that they want to go accomplish or bring to life or
Yeah.
XYZ, like going from, an idea to launching to a business and like being an entrepreneur. Cause obviously my entrepreneurship is completely different to yours because yours is
Hmm.
product. So can you tell us a little bit of like that backstory and that journey for you?
Yeah. Yeah. I love this question because, oh my gosh, it's like I look back at 15 months ago, and it feels so long ago because I feel like I've been doing this and I know I've learned so much and know so much. But I think there's never a right time to start, ever.
Yeah.
Like you'll always be thinking, oh, maybe I should have saved a little more money, or maybe I should have looked into this a little more, or this could go wrong. I had so many things go wrong in the beginning, all the way down to the packaging.
Oh
Um,
man.
yeah, yeah, of course. So there's never a right time to start. You just have to jump in. You have to jump in, and then you start learning things, and then it just becomes invaluable, everything that you know. Um, but I will say it's a roller coaster as well. So, expect to feel those emotions, expect to have a
Mm.
great day and a great response. So, for example, today specifically, I have been working with on this agreement for over a year now, back and forth, back and forth. And I finally sent, our final email to set up for our onboarding. And I got a response back that the person I had been working with left the company.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, here we go. Like I have to start, I basically have to start over. So be prepared for those types of things. But then I also got an email yesterday, which was one of a great email for me. Like it could be a game changer for my business if everything goes right. So it is an emotional roller coaster, but it's definitely the best thing ever, in my opinion. And it's
Yeah.
going to be worth it in the long run. If you can see big picture and keep grinding, I feel like it's
Okay.
worth it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, entrepreneurship, I think, is the most self-discovery emotional roller coaster because that's when like your limiting beliefs come out or your self-doubt or the fear of failure. So it's like you're having to like do this inner work that you didn't expect. Like that's how my journey kind of went. And then I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, whoa, like, okay, just really having that belief in yourself. And
Totally.
I tell everyone, I'm like, I wholeheartedly do not believe you have a vision or a desire on your heart for no reason. I believe it. The way I see it, I believe God placed it there. And now it's your opportunity to take action and create that to life or not, because not
Yep.
everybody has the same skills or gifts, or, they don't have the vision. They don't have like that desire in your heart. When I wanted to do this, my family thought I was crazy because they didn't see the vision. They didn't, feel it in my heart. And I bet
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
probably had the same thing, right?
I literally over COVID, I remember I'm sitting there testing products. I moved back in with my parents because the city was basically shut down. So I was still paying for my apartment, but I took my life and moved back in with my parents. And I remember sitting there with all my products, sampling them, doing all the things. And I just remember my dad looking at me. He didn't say anything. He never said, this is dumb, don't do this. But he looked at me and he just gave me like a little giggle. And I was like, I could just see in
Yeah.
his eyes that he was like, oh my God, what are we
Like,
doing?
what are we
What
doing?
are we
Our generation is brave, and I give
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
like give us props for that, you guys. And if you're sitting here like, well, the industry is already saturated, whatever you're having on your desire, because I know you listening to this right now, you're probably getting like that feeling like, ah, shit, they know I have something that I want to go accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a quote once. It was a meme, and it was like, I forget, I'm gonna butcher it now, but essentially it was like when Rihanna came out with her beauty line, she could have easily been like, there's enough makeup or beauty lines out there by all these other celebrities, by all these other companies, and she could have not done it. But like Rihanna's unique, and she came out with a different way, and she came out with her own unique line, and she became a billionaire because of it.
Totally.
So like, do not undermine yourself or your message or your mission or your purpose or your passion for it, because again, like, you have that desire in your heart and it's meant to be yours, and failure doesn't exist. It's always only feedback.
Yeah, yeah. And you have to mess up a couple times. Like if you think you're going to start something and not lose money in the beginning, or someone has told you that, they're lying to you. Like that's just not the reality of it. But you have to figure out how to bounce back or change things up, or refocus your mind in some type of way. But things don't happen overnight. And I think that's why most people quit, is because, and
Yep.
I've thought about it. I'm the same way. I need instant gratification. I need
Yep.
instant success. I need to prove to myself that I can do something right away, or I'm like, I'm no good. I suck. I'm the hardest on myself ever. You know what I mean? But you just got to keep pushing through, and it's not going to happen overnight. And if you can, think about all the things that you've learned and what you can take away from it, it's definitely worth it in the long run.
Yeah, 100%. And like, I don't know if you guys know, or if you know who Gary Vee is, and he's like this whole like instant success, instant like, he's like, this is the issue with our generations, and like with cell phones and everything. He's like, are you guys kidding me? He was like, I was 27 or 28 still working in a liquor store, but people see him now and like, no, you must have always been successful, you were an overnight success. It's like, no, you guys, like, there's you don't see it in the background. Like, like what you guys listen to me now, you'll see me in a few years, I'm gonna have like a TV show or something, I'm just gonna claim it out here now. But like, you're gonna see like where I started from, right? But the people who see me when I'm at the top are gonna be like, oh, it must have been an instant success.
No. Always.
It's not like that.
Or she was an influencer, so she got this. Well, do you think she became an influencer overnight? Like that in itself is a business.
Yeah, so like we all start with 0 followers. We all start with 0 confidence. We gain this throughout life.
Right. And it's, it's like I said, it's a constant grind. Like even, in my shoes, like I'm not just selling products. Yeah. I'm pitching PR 24/7. I'm emailing people 24/7. I'm setting up meetings with retailers, being told no 24/7, like trying to come out with new products, new designs, new, the entire thing.
Always.
So it's a lot of work. I would say go for it, but just make sure you just put in the work.
Yeah. And, like I said, like you said, money, you might lose money. Sometimes you have to make money or spend money to make money. Sorry, I was trying to think like, and it's true. And I want to ask you guys, when you were 18 and you signed the whatever it was for the loan that you took out for the college education, that you honestly had no idea what you were getting yourself into. Like, let's be real. When we're 17 and 18 and we're taking thousands, tens of thousands of dollars in debt, we have no idea what we're doing, but we trusted our parents. So that's a whole other topic. But you did that. And are you in that industry? Are you in that career? Whether you are or you aren't, like, you have money, like just take out a loan and start the business. Like, go do something that's going to make you happy and make an impact in the world, versus thinking that you're stuck to the past decisions you made or whatnot, because you're not. That's what I have to say.
I will say, I don't know, what do I know? But I think it is a little bit easier to, like, if you're just coming out of school or whatever the situation is, save some of your money. save some of it so you have a little bit of a foundation when you go and you want to do something
Yeah.
and take it on, because everything, I think it is a little less stressful if you have prepared a little bit in
Oh
some
yeah,
type
for
of
sure.
way. So if you
Yeah.
can and it's something you're thinking about,
So that
just
means, taking the sacrifices of not going out on the weekend every
right,
week, every weekend or every day
pick
of the
up a
weekend, or
second
not.
job.
Yeah. Or go get, what's it called? I just blanked out. Or not getting Starbucks every day. And like, I
Yes.
say that when I knew I was going to move out, and I knew I was going to do something. So for 9, 10, almost a year, I was working a full-time job and a part-time job as a personal trainer, because that was what my passion was. And I was
Mhm.
saving all my money, and I wasn't going out every weekend, and I sacrificed my time and my money so I could quit my job, move to Florida, start my business, because I had that
Totally.
savings. So like,
Yeah,
sacrifice, but it's worth it.
totally, totally. And I'm lucky I prepared and I do have that savings now, but I'm still working a full-time job
Yeah. It's
in addition,
okay.
because I'm like, you know what? I want to be able to spend on the business the way I want to spend and not be limited and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So to think it's not hard work or it's just overnight success, it's not going to be. But like you said, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah. I love that you said that though, because like that doesn't mean you have to quit your job right now
No.
to do that. Like, so many companies and businesses start as side hustles
Yep.
after their full-time job so that they can fund the side hustle until the side hustle becomes part-time, until the part-time becomes full-time. I've
Yes.
been through it, like, and I'm a service, company, but like, that's okay. Like that, let's normalize that here, because I used to think I was a failure for having a part-time job to help me, pay my bills while I was still starting out my business.
Mhm.
No, that's
Yeah.
not failure. That's just you making sure you can like survive and make ends meet while you're building
Right.
up your baby.
Right. And not going into thousands of dollars a day while
Yeah.
doing it. Right. So that's all part of it.
Hmm.
It's how to generate income and, you know, all of it.
Yeah. Get strategic with it. I love it. Oh, I love it. I'm so excited to see the new product. You guys, I love these skincare products. I mean, I don't think I've ever brought a company or products onto the Radiant Life show. So like,
I love
I'm
it.
not bullshitting here. Like, I'm not an influencer. I don't just promote products just because I'm getting paid, because I'm not getting paid. I really do love your products and what you stand for, and really bringing the education to people of taking care of their skin in a healthy, clean, all natural way. And I thank you for that, because we need more companies with those values in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. And I enjoy doing it. So that makes it easier
Yeah, it does. Awesome.
for
Cool.
sure.
Is there anything else you would like to share, or tips
Uh,
or anything with those that are listening right now about the company, about your journey?
yeah, no, not really. I mean, obviously the idea is to, keep putting out products and things like that. And we're working on things and that'll come with time. But that and just, we're trying to branch into more of a lifestyle brand as well. So hopefully, down the road, it's not just skincare, we can branch into other things as well,
Yeah.
health and wellness related. So I'm excited about that, just kind of brainstorming and road mapping how that's going to look. But
I love it. I'm
yeah.
so excited to watch it all grow. It's gonna be awesome. So where can everybody find you, the Lumi brands? Where
Yeah.
on all of the social networks, everything, can they can they find you?
Yeah. So right now, our social is our Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok is Lumi Skincare. And then our website is lumiskincare.com. We are live on Amazon as well. And then, you know, you'll be seeing us hopefully at BJ's and hopefully another one I don't want to name yet
Yay,
because
cool.
until things are said and done, I'm like, oh, I can't talk about it. But yeah, hopefully, so you can follow us on our social and just buy through our website or Amazon right now, and then
I love it. I didn't even know you guys were on Amazon. That's awesome.
yeah. So we are on Amazon. One of our products is on there now, and then the next two will be on there next week.
Woo! Yay! Awesome. Well, I'll make sure all the links are on the show notes. And I just have to say this, you guys. I know it's off topic really quick, but because I was following someone, she's a small business, pretty much doing all natural products for what do you call it? For a supplement line. Like, not small. Small businesses are not Amazon. You're not going to have your order in 1 to 2 days. So please do not email these small businesses like bashing them that you don't have their products, because we are so impatient, our generation, our society, And seeing the emails that this poor woman got as she's trying to promote and launch like good products to our society was despicable for these people. So I'm not saying you guys are doing this, but like you're a small business. I get it. That's awesome. You're on Amazon.
Yes.
But you know what? Your order may take a few days longer. You can wait, and let's support small businesses.
Yes.
So that they can, you know, spread their message and their products over these big companies that really don't care. I'm gonna just say that right there.
No, for sure. And the thing is, you know, Amazon, sure, we're on Prime, so that's great. But if you sign up for our email list or you follow our social or anything like that, we offer discount codes all the time. So you may be even better off just buying directly from me, like on the website. So yeah, I mean, whatever, like you said, whatever works for you, but we'll see.
Yeah, I just had to say that because I saw that on social media this week and I felt bad. I was like, people don't realize that small businesses don't have the means to do what Amazon does.
Yeah. Oh my God, no.
Like, come on, you guys. Like, be nice to these companies. So that's awesome. I think, did you create a code for my followers? I think you did, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it's Tatiana 30, right?
30, right? Yeah. So you guys, all of these things will be in the show notes below. Please, like, come on, you guys. I'm honest. Go try them out. If you want to use my code, great. Like I'm not getting paid for this, but like use it so you can get a discount, test it out, and then tell me how much you love them because I know you're going to love them because it's amazing. So definitely, and let us know, tag us when you listen to this and let us know if you try a product, what you think, what you thought of the podcast episode. Cause we know we ranged from educating you on what you're consuming in every different way. Also, you know, sharing our entrepreneur journey and just going for, you know, what your heart desires. And I really hope that this episode touched your heart. So definitely tag us. My Instagram is Tatiana_Couto. What's the Lumi Skincare and then your personal?
Yeah. So Lumi Skincare. And then my personal is Megan Murphy with 5 Ys because there's a million of us. So.
I love that. Megan Murphy with 5 Ys.
Yeah, 5 Ys, Megan Murphy, 5 Ys. But the only other thing I do want to add is if you purchase the products and you like them, if you want, which would be really awesome, if you leave us a review and you just like screenshot it to me, DM it to me, whatever, I'll send you another follow-up code of 50% off.
Yes.
So on our website or on Amazon, however you purchase it, that would be great.
Yes, you guys. Let's support small businesses. I love it. Definitely let us know what you think of the podcast. Screenshot it, share it, tag us. And send both of us DMs when you guys give these products a try because I know you're going to be obsessed with them. I just know it, putting it out there. Well, thank you so much for being here, for sharing your story. And I can't wait to watch this business grow even more and see what else you guys come out with.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This has been seriously awesome.
Yay, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with me and write an Apple iTunes review so I can keep the good stuff coming your way. If you aren't following me already, you can find me on Instagram at Tatiana_Couto. I appreciate you so much and cannot wait to see you in the next episode. In the meantime, continue to shine bright and embrace your radiance.